Hello everyone, this is Vinaya Red Rose with How to Disappear. The author is Frank M. Ahearn with Eileen C. Horan. I came across this book by chance when I was browsing at Barnes and Noble. I was looking through the section that had books on prepping, survivalism, and living off the grid. And when I came across this book, I thought that the other books don't really tell you how to get off the grid. So that's why I picked out this book and got it for myself. I really like the smoke. It's like, poof, how to disappear. So it says here in the back, the authoritative guide to disappearing, insider tips, tools, and techniques. He really does have a lot of good information on how to make yourself scarce. Want to disappear or simply hide your personal information from would-be thieves and stalkers? How to Disappear is the ultimate guide to protecting your family, yourself, and your identity. The author gives you kind of a step-by-step process on how to make yourself scarce and to get under the radar, but I'm only going to share a few things. In the first chapter, he does a really great introduction of himself by telling a story, and here it is. You're reading this book for one of two reasons. You want to vanish without a trace, or you're curious about what it would take. I met a guy like you once. He caught my eye in a bookstore in New Jersey, where I like to people watch from time to time. He was nervous, looking all around, picking up book after book about personal privacy and offshore banking. When he wandered to the travel section, then he wandered to the travel section and pulled out a guide to Costa Rica. He never even noticed me, the unassuming guy with the gray ponytail and sunglasses, trailing him about a dozen yards behind. We got in line to check out at the same time. He fidgeted in place, not realizing the same guy was still behind him. He finally got up to the cashier, and I watched him with a raised eyebrow as he paid for his books with a credit card. Big mistake, I thought. I wondered if he was really trying to disappear. I sincerely hoped he wasn't, because if that was the case, he had just left anyone trying to find him a big, fat clue. Now, the first thing the author tells you is, here's my first piece of advice for all you would-be disappearing artists. Don't buy this book with a credit card, but please do buy it. Now, funny story is, I had read everything up to this point, and I went up to the front to pay for this book, and I thought I had cash on hand. Unfortunately, I did not. So I ended up paying for this book with my debit card. And I know I failed to follow his first advice, and me and the cashier had a good laugh about it. So anyways, it doesn't really matter for me because I didn't have a book on Costa Rica like the stranger in this story did. So I'm not really giving away any locations or giving myself up with using my debit card. And I bought this book basically a year and a half ago. Somewhere around that time. In chapter 2, he talks about those that search for people. Meet your enemy, the skip tracer. So he calls them skip tracers. So he defines skip tracer as a person who tracks people down and uncovers private information for a living. Targets include jailbirds, deadbeats, subpoenaed witnesses, and just about anyone else who's trying to hide. So basically in chapter 2, he gives information on skip tracers and what they do in order to track people down. Chapter 3 explains the tools and what a skip tracer uses to find people. If you're lucky, you're able to afford water and power and all the other utilities that make life comfortable. If you're luckier, you can afford a computer too. It opens up a whole new world of fun. Chats with friends on Facebook and Twitter, fast and easy online banking, great online customer service from your phone company and your electric company and all those other big companies. Isn't it great what the recession has done for customer service? Companies are falling all over themselves to be as user-friendly as possible with improved websites, 24/7 helplines, personal attention. Yep, it's a great time to be alive, especially if you're a skip tracer. He tells you, fear any company that tries to make life easier for you. And he goes on to talk about social media. Yes, social media, it's a lot of people fall for this. They basically give up their information to social media online without even realizing what they're doing. They make it easier for skip tracers to track them and find out where they are. He tells you right here, social networks and viral media are privacy's worst enemies. If you want to stay private, your first step is to take down your Facebook. Stop posting on classmates, delete your tweets. I can't believe I even have to say this. Staying off social media should be a no-brainer if you want to disappear. And I can tell a lot of people out there are probably going to be like, I'm not listening. But he tells you, social networks and viral media are privacy's worst enemies. And these are basically used for social engineering as well and coercing people into giving up their information. He defines social engineering right here as 1, the act of acquiring sensitive information through cunning and conversation rather than brute force, trespass, or digital intrusion. 2, the study of cajoling information out of people. And social engineer, one who practices social engineering. Basically, the government, the NSA, the elites, and different companies that want your information so that they can sell you things. And people give it up. They give up their information very easily on Facebook. They basically give them their phone number, their emails, and where they work. Personally, I don't put my phone number, I don't put where I work, and I don't put my address. A lot of people put their address, but I don't put my address. My advice would be is that if you move, do not update your social media, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Google, or anything of that sort with your new address. And I would also recommend not updating the phone number on any of the social medias. So Google just came out with Google Assistant. It's bad enough that Google has a lot of our information. Now they want to be a part of our lives. This also includes Siri, Cortana, and Alexa. You can actually go online and you can watch people asking the device, Alexa, if she works for the CIA. And the device will just automatically shut down when people ask that. It's very interesting to see. Or Alexa will just state that she works for Amazon. But then other people will ask if Amazon is connected to the CIA or works with the CIA. She'll just shut down. Now, I don't know if Amazon is gathering information for the CIA or anything like that. But I certainly wouldn't want a device that listens to you in my house or in my room that can send information directly to any government agencies like that. Now, those agencies are going to continue to gather everyone's information and basically add it to their database. And they want to use this database in order to basically have a digital hold on people. And it's been prophesied in the Bible in regards to the mark of the beast in order to have control over the lives of each individual. In Revelations 17 verse 12 and 13, it says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast." Now, verse 13 is very interesting because it says, "These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast." And the only way that there can be one mind, the only way for this political structure to have one mind is through technology and through the internet. And basically what social media does is it acclimates people to this type of control. And I hope that this book helps people to get away from that so that they can live in peace. And it is my hope that this helps to get our privacy back, because we are not meant to live under the eye of tyranny. We are meant to be free, and that is how God intended us to be, is free, which is why He gave us free will. I hope this video was helpful, and I want to thank you for watching, because I know that your time is precious, and God bless you.